2023 was a really crappy year for a lot of people, a really strange year, a really sad year, violent year, just confusing year. I don't know how it felt to you, but to me, somebody who made videos basically timelining the things that were happening in 2023, I was looking back on everything like this is always with the glare. This is my my YouTube studio. I was looking back through all of the different videos of 2023. East Palestine, Ohio, with things with the grocery store prices, things with explosions at recycling plants, things with explosions at petrochemical plants, things with pricing of diesel and regular fuel, homelessness with, Biden and all his little Inflation Reduction Act things and his Build Back Better BS and everything else. Things that were going on in the schools, the school shootings, just so many different things we talked about in 2023. And I look back on them and it's like, man, that was a really, really rough year. And you don't realize how rough of a year it was until you sit down and stop and really try to think about what were the positives of that year? Because this is something that's been bothering me since January 1st. And some of you may understand, and some of you may say that I'm being too soft or too whatever. I don't really care, honestly, but whatever the word you want to use is fine. But on, leading up until New Year's Eve, I posted 1 or 2 videos just reminding people that on New Year's Eve, be safe. The FBI was saying be careful in certain areas because they had no, I guess the right word here is no tangible threats for certain locations, but they were worried about like San Francisco. They even mentioned New York City, which is very, very weird to me, but the FBI mentioned a couple places that they were worried about could be potential locations for terrorist threats and terrorist actions and things like that on New Year's Eve. So I made a video just to relay the information and remind everybody that being safe is something you have to do for yourself. You can't rely on everybody around you to keep you safe. So I made videos about, on New Year's Eve, just be careful, make sure you keep your head on a swivel, make sure you are, if you're a 2A believer like I am, make sure you're all 2A'd up. You know what I'm saying? And on January 1st, the amount of comments that I had, they were like, you're stupid, nothing even happened. And they were so upset that nothing actually transpired on December 31st, that it really made me question where people's minds and hearts are at this point in life. You know what I mean? To be mad that nothing happened and my video was pointless. I would much rather my video be pointless and nothing have happened than me be on January 1st going, see, told you so. Holy crap, are y'all serious? Like, I would never want to have to make an I told you so video after warning people about something. I would always rather be wrong about a situation than be 100% right about it. Because if I'm 100% right about it, that means people have lost lives. That means people have lost homes. That means people are in dire situations. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I bring you guys and not everybody, obviously, you know who I'm talking to and who I'm not. But I bring you guys the things that I see going on in our country and around our world that I think are important for us to have knowledge on, not to scare people, not to, I don't even know what other words, not to scare people, not to create fear, not to do anything like that, but to literally just let you know what is happening around so you are aware. Because I would always rather be aware of everything than to be, blind to what is happening in our country, in our world, in society itself. So it has literally been bothering me since January 1st that people were upset that nothing happened on December 31st, that they were upset that they couldn't come back and say, well, you were right. I didn't want to be right, but they were so happy to come back and say, ha, you were wrong, but in a negative way. I hope that makes sense. You guys know what I'm talking about. Y'all can read tone, hear tone, and the way things are phrased. You know exactly when somebody's being just a sarcastic shit, right? And that's what people were doing in the comments on January 1st. And I have to wonder if those people that left those kind of comments on the just be safe on New Year's Eve on that video, are their lives so incredibly bad that they sat around hoping that something was going to happen to innocent people and other people in our country just so they could say, see, look what happens and blah, blah, blah. That's why I don't go out in crowds and that's why I don't do this and that. You should have known better. I don't understand people who want the ability to sit back and say, I told you so. To sit back and say, you should have known better. To sit back and say all those things. It doesn't make sense to me. And some people are going to say I sound like I'm bitching, and that's fine. Maybe I am. But I'm bitching for a reason. And some people are going to be like, oh, you can't use that language. Well, yes, I can. I'm an adult. I can use whatever language I want to. But the problem is that 2023, I think, took such a toll on people that they don't even realize the level of non-compassion that they have fallen into because of everything that's happened around our country. And I felt like it was going to go the other way. Do you know what I mean? I felt like the end of 2023, beginning of 2024, that people were going to have more compassion for the people around them, that they were going to have more understanding for the things that people were going through. And we are, I think today is January the 6th, we're 6 days. Oh, the odds of that, January 6th. Look, y'all know what I'm saying, but I'm not saying it. So I just realized that today's the 6th and, you know, there was another January 6th thing that transpired at one point. So anyway, we're 6 days into 2024 and I am seeing lack of compassion everywhere. There's already been a school shooting where a 6th grader was killed in Iowa, Perry, Iowa. There and numerous other people were injured. You have all the headlines that I am seeing right now are either, let me explain this to you because I cannot wrap my head around this. The headlines are either tragic things. I just read something about an actor and his 2 kids who died in a plane crash in the Caribbean. I don't know the actor's name. I can't remember it. And then I read about how a little girl in Georgia died from a brain aneurysm and how a 2-month-old baby died from RSV. And these are the things, like these horrific things that have happened to innocent people, especially children, are all in the headlines. And then on the other side, it's about how great Kim Kardashian's butt looks today and how Kourtney Kardashian's baby with Travis Barker is so freaking cute and how Cat Williams is bringing out, you know, talking about the Illuminati and all these other entertainers. And I'm like, but where's the stuff that matters? Where's that middle part where it says, this is what's happening in the economy. This is what is happening in your city. This is what is happening with our food supply. This is what is happening with, mortgage rates and everything else. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not, but when you pull up websites, whether it's Yahoo News, whether it's, you know, CNN, Fox News, or it's MSNBC, New York Post, Washington Post, blah, 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 whatever, New York Times, any of those things, I'm not seeing things that are designed or written to help us navigate 2024 financially and food wise and things like that. I'm literally seeing death and destruction and dumb shit about Cat Williams and whoever else that doesn't matter. Like, I where is the middle? So I'm going, well, the middle is where I want to live. I want to live right there in the middle. I'm going to pay attention to this and I'm going to pay attention to this, but this is the stuff that matters in the long run, in my opinion. And totally off topic, and YouTube may give me every single strike under the book for this, or in the book? Yeah, in the book for this. But I was washing dishes earlier and I had my iPad and I was watching One Tree Hill, which is you know, whatever. It's a not have to think about it kind of thing while I'm doing chores around the house, right? So I'm washing dishes. I have One Tree Hill on the background and a commercial comes on. And it's a commercial that when it first started, it caught my attention. It was talking about pregnant women. And I was like, oh, let me watch this and see what they're talking about now. Because again, I like to be informed of all different kinds of things. And I started paying attention to it. And it's about how if you're pregnant, past 32 weeks pregnant, I believe it was, now is the time to go get your, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the word on YouTube anymore. Because again, there's lots of dings and strikes. 2024 is going to be really hard for creators to be able to say certain words. 2022, they really made it difficult. Leeway a little bit on 2023. And now it feels like we're right back underneath the rock. But not Dwayne Johnson, but like the actual like heavy rock. Anyway, it was a commercial saying if you're a pregnant woman at 32 weeks, you need to go get your vaccine for RSV so that you could protect your child from 0 to 6 months with the vaccine that you were going to get to protect that child for 0 to 6 months. I don't know why they say 0. I'm guessing, in utero and then out, from 0 to 6 months of age. And that basically it made it sound like if you don't do this, you could be putting your child's life at risk. Okay, well then the little fine print, the little small voice at the end is like, oh, by the way, if you get this, your child is probably going to be born with jaundice and a below typical birth weight. I'm sorry. I don't see how that's something that I want to do to my child. I don't want to start their life off that way. And then, of course, I get on the computer and I'm looking at everything, and everything is about how incredibly widespread RSV is right now. And I'm like, man, don't let my brain, the way this squirrel brain works, don't let me sit there and put it together that, oh, so this is the new thing that we're going to do. We're aiming it at the kids now, whereas before, the last couple of years, I felt was aimed at the elderly. We can have that conversation somewhere else. I can't do it here. They will take my channel away if I'm that opinionated. I figure out how to do this. So it feels like right now, everything you're seeing and hearing is about these viruses and these bacteria and these things that are attacking our children. RSV, flu B, flu A, C19, white lung, everything else. And now suddenly they're like, you know what? You should go get this shot, this vaccine, this whatever, to prevent it, to cure it, to whatever. And it's just it's a whole new thing for people to be scared of. And I wish so hard that we weren't constantly inundated with things that were meant to scare us, meant to divide us, because we all know that to jab or not to jab is a very divisive thing. And it's not going to stop just because it's not a C19 jab, just because now it's an RSV one or a flu one or whatever. There's still division, because that's what the government wants. They want division among the people. So here's what I have decided for 2024, and you guys can stay and you can leave. You have your own free will. You can do whatever you would like to do. But this year, I'm going to talk about same thing I did last year. Whatever I find interesting and necessary to talk about. One day it might be Walmart. The next day it might be the government. The day after that it might be my dog Max. The day after that it might be what's going on with the automotive industry. Because these are all things, maybe not my dog Max, but sometimes I like to mention him because he's really freaking cute. Right now he's got weird diarrhea. I think it's from stress from coming back from Georgia. But anyway, these are things that I find interesting and that I want to talk about and that I think you guys should know about, because again, just because it doesn't affect you, it might affect the person next to you or the other person that's watching or somebody you know. And I think it's better to have all kinds of random knowledge than not. That's my personal thought on it. And I'm hoping, and again, I know hope is not a thing, but you have to have some sort of hope or else this is a very, very bleak existence. And I'm hoping that 2024, I can find plenty of good to bring you and not just the, oh no, be scared of this. I would like there to be a happy medium. But what is so messed up about, and I don't know if it's YouTube or people in general, is that they don't want to click on the good stuff. They want to click on the things that are designed to scare them and whatever else. If I title a video, my thoughts on what transpired in 2023 that were good, nobody's going to click on it. But if I title it, these are the really bad, awful things that happened in 2023 that almost destroyed us, everybody's going to click on it because they want to hear the bad over the good. And I don't always understand it personally because I would much rather have both. So 2024, we're going to have both. And like I said, you are more than welcome to stay because I love having you here, but you're also more than welcome to leave. And if you decide to go, let me just be the first one to tell you, you don't have to let everybody know. You can just do it. Just so you know, a lot of people like to leave comments. I'm unsubscribing because I don't like what you said there. Okay, bye. I don't understand that part, but that's just me. And again, my personality is going to rub people the wrong way. It is what it is. You don't have to watch. And some people are going to love it, which is great. Thanks for watching. You know what I'm saying? It's like a seesaw. Some days it's high. Some days it's, well, I guess there's always a high and a low. So each day is its own seesaw. Probably a high point each day and a low point each day. And then the next day it's like reversed or whatever else. But 2023 took a toll on a lot of people, myself included. My mental happiness, I guess, took a hit over and over and over with not only the things I was talking about, but some of the comments that would come through that would just like strictly attacking me, had nothing to do with what I was talking about, but just for some reason wanted to personal attack. And I used to let it like really, really bother me. There were days at the end of the day I would cry, and my husband's like, listen, it's not that important. You don't know them. They don't know you. Don't let the opinions of others, of strangers, make you second guess yourself and the things that you're talking about and what you're doing and what you're bringing to everybody. Don't let them make you second guess yourself. And so for 2024, I'm not going to let it. People can try all day long. There's a little thing on YouTube Studio that just says hide user from channel. I'm going to use that button like there is no tomorrow. I'm just going to click that thing all day long. If you come at me sideways and stupid, I'm just going to hide user from channel. I'm never going to do it if it's an opinion that you have on something I'm talking about. When you aim directly at me, though, please understand my mental happiness and my mental clarity is way more important than you getting your words out to harm me. So those people will be hidden from the channel. But that's that. 2024, like I said, it's starting. I don't even know how it's starting because everything you see is a little roller coaster kind of thing, highs and lows. But for me, it's starting off well because I have decided that 2024 is going to go well for me and my family and for you guys. So I have decluttered more. I have organized more. I have made changes to how my family and I will be active and will eat and things like that for this year. It has been put into plan. It has been implemented, and I will stand by it through 2024. And I am excited in 2025 to say, look what we accomplished in 2024. Look what you guys accomplished in 2024. So that's the plan there. This is just thanks for letting me kind of talk to you guys about the things that I was thinking about and whatnot. I have no bad news for you today. I have no amazing news for you today. I just have this for you today. Tomorrow may be a different story because there is a lot that I want to talk about. But again, I have to put myself in the right mental place to write it out, to make those notes, to look it all up, to read through it, because a lot of it is very heartache inducing when you look at the things that are really going on in our country and how it's affecting the people. Some people don't care. Some people are like, this happened over there. There was an explosion. There was this. There was a train derailment. There was a stabbing. There was a shooting. There was whatever. And they just look at it from the outside. I can't do that. I will always, always look at it from how it's affecting the people. And that is a very heavy emotional toll or I don't want to say burden because it's not a burden, but an emotional toll to take on. So just know that 2024, we're going to have some sort of balance, some sort of, this is what is happening, but y'all, here is that ray of sunshine. Here is that silver lining. Here is that good that nobody else is talking about. So we're going to have that every single day. We're going to have a positive, no matter if everything else we have to talk about that day is unfortunately negative, there will be a positive in there as well. And hopefully you guys appreciate it. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully it helps make it so that everything isn't so heavy and hard on you guys also, because that's the plan. I don't want to ever be the person that makes you at the end of a video go, oh man, life sucks. Never, ever do I want you to feel that way after watching anything that I have talked about. So, and hopefully this doesn't do it either. I don't know. It's been a long day. I've been cleaning all day long. It's like 5 o'clock now. I realize I have to still cook dinner for the family. So that's what I'm about to go do right now. And then maybe we're going to watch a TV show or something, the kid and I, and while the man works. So that's probably the plan for this lovely Saturday afternoon. So listen, Squirrel Tribe, thank you for being with me through 2023 and before. And hopefully you'll be here through 2024 and beyond. And if not, no harm, no foul. Honestly, I love you either way. So I will see you guys again tomorrow, my dudes. Have a great night.